Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Banana King of Power here. I just reset up my camera so I can now start doing better video reviews. But on to the good stuff. Today I'm gonna be reviewing the Marvel Legends Iron Man Extremis armor and the Marvel Legends Bleeding Edge armor Iron Man. This is the second video in my new start of 2 figure-in-1 reviews. So yeah, both are really nice figures, man. I'm just going to get that out. I got this one here for Christmas, and then this one I just had some spare money, and when the wave came out at my local Walmart, I just picked it up in a heartbeat because I'd seen Shartimus Prime do a review on these 2 figures, and I just really wanted them really bad. So I picked them up when I got the chance. So as I said, I have fixed my video camera so I can now actually pose the figures instead of just pointing to where the articulation is. So first off, I will be reviewing the Extremis Armor Iron Man. I'll just leave that guy there for a second to do some squares. Now, Extremis Iron Man came first, and then this guy. And the Bleeding Edge armor Iron Man is supposed to be the most skin-tight armor Iron Man wears. But he's almost like a third of an inch taller than the Extremis armor Iron Man, and he's like really beefy looking. So it's just a little bit strange to me because he's like really buff, but he's supposed to be the most skin tight armor Iron Man wears. So it's a little bit strange to me. But on to the Extremis armor Iron Man figure review. It's a very nice figure, I do have to say that. Very nice figure. Really shiny paint on here, which makes it look very metallic, which I do like. And I'll just get in a better view of the legs here. I like the way they sculpted the calves. Like, it didn't look muscly, but it didn't look too terribly armor, like metal-like at the same time. So I'm gonna go over the articulation. The head can go up nicely and down nicely, which is awesome. Rotates from side to side as well. Diaphragm joint, this one is forward and back and from side to side. Ball jointed shoulders, which are only hindered a little bit by these shoulder pads, goes up that far, down, forward, and back. 2 points at the elbow, bends, rotates at the bicep, bends up and down at the wrist, and rotates at the wrist as well. It's got a fist on that hand and an open palm on this hand. Same articulation on both arms, which is nice. These little discs right here rotate upward so as not to hinder the articulation. So his legs go all the way out to the side like that. Back just a little bit. And one problem, probably my biggest complaint with this figure, is that the way they sculpted the legs here on the T-joints, his legs can only go forward that far. That right there is probably the biggest complaint I have about this figure. So yeah, forward and back at the legs, out to the side, swivels at the thigh, bends at the knee, and the foot can move up and down and side to side, but it is hindered by those little flaps right there, so you're pretty much stuck with its forward. And I do like the way they put those little like claw pieces on the toes, which is I just think is pretty awesome. So yeah, that's my review of the Extremis Armor Iron Man. I will get a couple of close-up. See right there, you got the triangle chest piece. They weren't really heavy on the shading on the back here, which I think is just awesome. Well, those little metal flaps like overlap, and knuckles are pretty cool and everything. So yeah, that's the Extremis Armor Iron Man. Here we have the Bleeding Edge Armor Iron Man. I'm gonna have to set him back, or I'll get out of video camera range. Now this figure is very beefy for an Iron Man figure, which I think is very nice to see for once. Oh, also to say, this Extremis Armor Iron Man figure doesn't have hole pegs at the bottom of the feet, so that's one thing. And he is a little bit tricky to stand up, and so he wants to fall over pretty often, so you have to be careful how you pose him. So without the hole pegs, you can't really stand him up on the base. But yeah, this figure right here, the Bleeding Edge armor, is pretty cool. I do have to say. Now, I think they molded it to where it was really hollow, because it's really light. It's actually lighter than the extremis on our Iron Man, but he's actually bigger than the extremis on Iron Man, so that's kind of a trip. But yeah, and this one does have hole pegs at the bottom. Nice sculpted thrusters at the bottom of the feet as well. But yeah, and this figure does have marbleization going on with the plastic, same as the classic Iron Man. So I think that's just pretty awesome. I do think that head is just a bit of a retooled movie Iron Man head, like the Mark IV, the Mark VI. So that's pretty awesome to see some familiar right there. Actually, probably going to be using this guy in my Avengers display because they didn't come out, sadly, with a Mark VII armor Iron Man. They just retooled. I mean, they just repainted the Mark VI and decided, hey, we'll use that as a Mark VII. So, but onto the articulation. Head doesn't look up very far, but that's okay. Head does look down, though. That's nice, and it goes side to side. The reason I said it's okay because the head doesn't move back is because it's got the ab crunch that moves back really, really far. So you can still get into a good flying pose. It does crunch down really nice. Ball jointed shoulders move up and down, forward and back. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows that really only bend just past 90 degrees, but I mean that's fine. Wrist goes side to side and up and down. And what's nice is you can see it has that little flat piece right there, but when you bend the hand up, it doesn't hinder it, so you still can get a good, nice repulsor firing pose. Waist swivel, I did show you all the ab crunch. T-jointed hips, which are always nice to see, so out to the side, forward and back, rotates at the thigh, bends 2 points at the knees, foot moves up, foot moves down, and it does have a very, very nice ankle pivot using the new Hasbro ankle pivot they've incorporated into a couple of Marvel Selects, a lot of the new Marvel Legends, some of the 3 and 3/4 inch figures, which is always really nice to see an ankle pivot because it means you can get them into some more poses that you couldn't if you didn't have one. So very nice figure, very, very solid, very beefy looking, great painting. I do have to say that. Hole peg is the bottom of the feet, so if you want to, I've got one of these bases right here. You can put him on one of those if you do so wish. Works very nicely. Looks pretty great too. Actually, that's usually how I pose mine on one of those bases. So yeah, there you go. So that was my figure review, and I will catch y'all later.